So it's important to decipher who your role models are. And not this isn't a mentorship episode because we already did one of them, but like a role model is being aware of like who you value almost, like who do you look up to and why, and how that can affect you and your goals. So Jared, I know you had some good talking points on this, so why don't you go ahead and start us off, buddy?
Yeah. If you want to hear about mentorship, go back to one of our previous episodes and listen to that, which that's more like communication with the person, like one-on-one in the weeds with each other. And role model is just someone you kind of look up to. It can be someone you don't even have any contact with. So I was thinking about this on my drive here to Talons, and I have quite a few role models. I have some celebrity role models, which are Captain America, and that's pretty much it.
That's all there is. That's all you need.
That's America's ass.
That's America's ass. Yeah, and then I have personal role models, which are like just people from church and everything. No, Chris, maybe a style role model in a way. I get some style.
See,
Obviously.
you like it.
God,
You like the homeless look. Get the
Look at
homeless
this
look.
man.
Yep.
Nice drug rug.
Thanks, man.
So
If you aren't watching on YouTube, by the way, this makes no sense to you. Just watch on YouTube. It's way better.
So I think like finding a role model is pretty easy. You pretty much just find someone. It can be a fictitious character like Captain America, and you just they have like character qualities and traits about them that you would like to emulate, or maybe they are doing really well in like one area of their life, like Elon Musk. I mean, obviously he's a brilliant businessman and he's wicked smart, but maybe he doesn't excel at being a father. Maybe he doesn't excel at being a husband. So it's important to like recognize areas where your role model can fall short, because you don't want to completely idolize this person. You don't want to idolize people, really. At least that's what I think personally. Maybe someone could change my mind. But because no one's perfect, everyone has their own problems. Like, you don't know everything that everyone's dealing with behind the scenes. So recognizing character traits that you admire, I think that's like the biggest thing for me when I recognize who my role models are. Yeah, what about you guys?
Yeah, I'd agree. I think something that happens too, and I would say you notice this most in like the professional sports kind of realm. A lot of these guys don't realize, especially when they're younger, how big of an influence they have on, the younger people, or like people who might look up to them. Because, sometimes you're like 20, 21 years old, you're in the spotlight all the time, like you're some kind of football player, baseball player, or whatever you are. You're under a microscope constantly. So like, yeah, what you do on the field might be great, but then you go off the field and you get caught doing something stupid. Like, you get some of these guys, I'll name one for, I think, like, what was it? Odell Beckham Jr. was like doing coke at a nightclub or something.
And he shot himself in the leg. Yeah.
And then shot himself in the leg.
Dang.
Like,
Go Giants.
like you got to realize at a certain point, the people who look up to you are seeing you do that, and they can interpret it one of two ways. They can, do the smart thing and say, oh, maybe this guy isn't such a great person to look up to. Or they end up kind of emulating your behavior because they think, oh, Odell does this, so this is really cool. Like, maybe I should go do this too.
Maybe I should do a blow in the bathroom and shoot myself. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Might be a little bit of an extreme example.
Some people might just look at that guy and just be like, yeah, he's really successful. Like, he does stuff like this. I mean, whatever. It's justified.
Yeah, that's one of the like disadvantages of being so connected with social media nowadays. Like, someone can go make a song called WAP and people will idolize that person. That's
Oh, thank God this coffee was not in my mouth.
We were talking about
yet.
it yesterday. It's like, okay, either decide to be a porn star or a wannabe poet. Like, you can't be both.
Damn, you went on extremes, my guy.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I mean,
send.
have you seen part of that, like any parts of that music video? Like,
No.
Yeah.
come on.
No.
Yeah.
Like, how can
pretty
you call
bad.
that art?
I can
Well,
be
it's-
proud and say no, I have not seen it.
Yeah, it's something.
You'll see it after this episode. You'll have
Probably.
I don't recommend anyone watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No.
And then, but here's the thing: is now like these young girls, like teenagers, are like doing this dance, and it's disgusting. And it's
They're
like
very
you should,
impressionable.
yeah.
Yeah.
As a parent, you should be like, oh, what are you doing? Grounded forever, eternity.
forever. You can't be trusted
Yeah.
as an adult.
No, that's like, oh god. We're not getting into that anyway. Yeah. So an article I read, it states exactly that stuff. So it's stated like, role models are people who get rewarded for doing their actions, whether that be good or bad. So celebrities are a perfect example, and I don't want to harp on that too much. But I guess you said Elon too, right? So Elon could be a good example. So yeah, he's a genius, and he might be a good father. He might be a good family man, but he's also kind of a troll when it comes to the stock market. So do people like respect that now and like think that's funny, and now like they want to have the power? Like, what if other CEOs, like people like in a lot of power, did the same thing? It's different. It's I don't know. Role models can be tricky, but
Yeah.
the article also said that the best role models are like supervisors who have a good moral code and good work ethic, and they don't get really recognized. They don't get like publicly recognized, and that those are the best role models for people because they're living their life to the best that they can, and people do notice that, and that motivates people, especially if you're a supervisor or even if you're that CEO that like just has a really good moral code and like it's just a good person down deep.
Yeah,
That's going to
I'm glad-
motivate so many people.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you made that counterpoint because I was going to make kind of the same counterpoint because I don't necessarily think that most like good role models, like you said, are doing it for a reward. Like I would like to almost think that a lot of the best role models don't even realize that they are. Thanks for watching. If you liked this clip and want to see more, click the link below or head over to our channel, like, subscribe, and make sure to hit that bell icon so you can stay up to date on the most current lessons learned content. See ya!